It all started with a jump from the battle bus. There was something different in the air. The Scooby-Doo gang was on the Fortnite island. Daphne, Fred, Velma, Scooby, Shaggy. These skins weren't even out yet, but I had a plan. One that should not even work. Mystique can transform into the last player you eliminate, so I set out to become every member of Mystery Inc. and see if I could trick real players into thinking I was just another NPC. Match 1, Fred. I landed near Fred, who was standing by the mystery machine on a bridge, feeling sorry for his beloved vehicle. I eliminated him, turned into Fred, and lined myself up with his blue hologram. I also bought some Scooby snacks to complete the look. Then, I just stood there. A car drove by, nothing. The car turned around and came back, and another car followed. Still nothing. I was Fred now, and apparently, I was doing a great job. Eventually the storm moved, and so did I. I found myself in the final storm circle with the final player. I walked across the open area, Scooby snacks in hand. The player didn't shoot. Instead, they turned into Ghostface and rushed me. I tried to counter but lost the fight. Second place, but Fred, he had a good run. Match 2, Scooby-Doo. Next round, I drop into the gas station where Scooby and Shaggy were chilling. Bought some Scooby snacks from Shaggy, eliminated Scooby, and turned into the dog himself. I drove over to Fred on the bridge, walked up, and hit the cherry moat. Just Scooby and Fred hanging out, then a player ran up. They stared at Fred, then at me. I didn't move. They didn't move. I realized my disguise had worked. I pulled out my gun and eliminated them, but since I'd just gotten a kill, I couldn't turn back into Scooby, and I wanted to finish the match, so I eliminated Fred again and tried to blend in somewhere else. However, no one showed up to these areas, and I made it to the final fight, but again cannot pull off the win. Another second place. Match 3, Velma. This time I went straight to Velma's house. A player had just rifted out, so I shut the door, eliminated Velma, and took her place. Not long after that, a player walked in, looked right at me, then ignored me. Another player followed, they fought. Still nothing. Even a car rolled up. I didn't move. I was Velma, and apparently I was convincing. Eventually the storm forced me to rotate. I tried heading toward Fred, but got caught between two players and barely escaped. I found myself facing the final player, and yep, second place again. Velma's disguise worked, but her aim didn't. Match 4, Daphne. I dropped into Daphne's POI and cleared out 1, 2, 3 players before taking her out. I stood in her hologram, trying to blend in, but Mystique reverted mid-animation and a nearby player heard it. I switched back to Daphne, but it was too late. They eliminated me. I gave Daphne another shot in the next match. This time, I transformed and waited. A player crouch walked in, being very cautious, bought something from Daphne NPC, and then I struck. Clean elimination. I needed a new disguise though, so I ran to Scooby-Doo, eliminated him, and turned into the dog again. I drove to Fred, hit the roadblock emote, and tried to sell the act. A player rolled up, but was not fooled and started shooting. I barely survived with 6 health. As I was healing, another player showed up and finished me off. Match 5, Shaggy. I eliminated a player, then took out Shaggy and transformed. But I was too slow. Another player saw me mid-shift. We exchanged shots, but I ran away to keep the disguise. I headed to Velma's house, stood next to her, and hit the broom emote, just sweeping the floor. A player walked in, looked at both of us, and left. Success. But as I rotated out, I got shot out of the sky, but this was not the end for Shaggy. Final match, Shaggy's redemption. I eliminated Shaggy, transformed, and took his place at the gas station. A player walked in, looted, and ignored me. My character reverted to Mystique, then quickly switched back to Shaggy. I took a step. Big mistake. The player heard me, they scanned the room.
The question is, where am I?
They entered the room and walked past me. Then I heard them stop and stare. I knew it was over. I pulled out my gun and engaged them. I got a few hits, but had to reload. And that was my downfall. They eliminated me. I didn't win a single match, but I became Fred, Scooby, Velma, Daphne, and Shaggy. I bought Scooby snacks, I swept Velma's house, I sat beside Fred like we were waiting for clues, and for a few glorious moments, I was the Scooby-Doo gang in Fortnite. If you enjoyed this chaos, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know which Mystery Inc. character you'd meme as in your first match as the Scooby-Doo gang.